All right, so today is one of the legal trials that is coming up that affects Trump. But in this one, I wanted to focus not primarily on him, but on the woman who is bringing this civil trial. It's for defamation and also for a claim for rape that she could file under a new law passed in New York for adult survivor, that there's a window opened up to make a claim. She is almost 80 years old, according to Wikipedia. This is something that happened in 1996. If you can read her story, I read it, I think, in the New Yorker. Anyway, the excerpt of her story about this incident that happened in Bergdorf Goodman's lingerie, it took 3 minutes. The story that she tells is so vivid and so real and convincing and frightening. And you can just see the innocent humor and not realizing you were in a position before you were, and that she fought. This started, the book came out and it was published, and she claimed that she was defamed by Trump when he was president in 2019. She filed a civil suit for defamation. Because he was president, the DOJ intervened and took this as a federal claim. That occurred, this was continued by the Biden under Garland under the Biden administration. It is important to understand that when you have a rule and it stays a rule, it applies to both parties and it has its advantages. This is why. So one of the arguments for not indicting a former president is that then all presidents could be indicted. But if it's something related to their presidency that isn't a crime, so to speak, they do get the protection of the Department of Justice to stand in, and they take over the lawsuit. So there's very good reasons why the department, whether you agree with it or not, there's very good reasons why the Department of Justice continued it under Biden. It's kind of a questionable thing because it's about an incident that happened before his presidency, but they were about words he spoke when he was president. But then he repeated basically a similar thing. So she had another statement to bring the suit that would be personal between them in federal court. And then with the change in New York law, she could bring the claim under the actual what happened to her in this dressing room. I think she has an incredible amount of courage. And really, this is going on from 2019. We're in 2023. She has pursued this. And I think this is so important. And it's really quite fascinating, the timing of this. And it's also the timing of this why Trump's lawyer is trying to get an extension and say they need the trial delayed because there's just too much focus. But the response from her lawyers is that there's too much focus because Trump himself turned this into a big to-do media event by his own actions. So I doubt that the judge will delay it because this is just a delay tactic, and it with other looming events coming or other looming investigations, it's not like there's going to be a better time. So let's look at this. I'll draw a few cubes And I'm not sure. The judge asked if the asked the lawyers for Trump and the lawyers for E.Jean Carroll if they were going to be present in the courtroom for the duration of the trial. I don't know what the response was. So it may just be the beginning that they're both there, or if they have to testify. I'm not sure that every day they will be there for a civil suit. We'll have to see. I don't know what level it will be publicized. But let's look at this. I think this is sometimes when someone gets hit once, people dismiss it. It's that continual hit. You get hit with this, the brag suit, then you get hit with something else, then you get hit with something else. I think that the timing of this is amazing in terms of how it's come out. So let's look at it. E.Jean Carroll. Tell us what you know. So we have the worry doll represented here and face down in water and on the right hand. This is the right hand, almost like your right hand. It reminded me of taking an oath in public in a court. This is can be an institution, a building, with a speak. She's going to stand up, take her oath in court, and she's going to speak. And that this is the Firestone here. This is important to her for her healing journey. It's important as an intention. It's almost like a fire intuition, something that's been burning her that, some described it as a code. It's also been described as a dress. It's been sitting in her closets for years. This is something she needed to do for her own personal healing journey. And you have both the blue water stone and the deep water stone in water. This aligns with their healing journey. The nature stone is here in water, which is an energizing, a truth. That this truth about what had been kept in the dark, what had been kept secret, and coming out is very important for her. The earth stone is here, and the earth stone is in nature, and it's right next to a gun. You can't really see it, but there's a little gun there with this, and it's a monkey. And the mineral stone is here in nature, which is a story that's true. It's something that will change about the home, about her own personal healing, about the country's healing, about this came about when she made this claim. I mean, when she wrote this book, this was during a lot of the height of the Me Too. And she told her Me Too story. And it's very impactful. And her book was very impactful. The other thing, there is a sort, for all the talk about what's happened in New York, New York is basically, I hate to blame New York, but essentially they gave us Trump in terms of that he did well there, he survived there, and he managed to do his business there for years. And I think this is her mission, is to speak up, to bring it home, to tell her story, even in the difficult times. And this is the mountain stone. And the mountain stone here, it's on top of a shell. It's in nature. This for her, and you can see the steps up. This is really climbing the mountain of her greatness. This is reclaiming her identity, her person, it's coming home to herself in a new way. It's unlocking a healing and a strength and a power and bringing that back in through her voice and making sure that her voice is heard. I do think there's some divine timing in this, and I wish her all the best. See if there's anything else in here. There's also friends or allies that can support her in her story. I do think that she will, with this, there's money here, there's justice that speaks. This could be like the decision. I do think she may bring this home, maybe not. The mermaid here has a small shell, maybe not in all respects, but I do think she will have her chance to shine. She will show who she is. There is a healing pathway. This may be another chance to encourage women to speak up, or anybody from a place that needs to speak up will be inspired by her. It may not be everything, but it looks to me like she will win this lawsuit and get a judgment for money. In these turbulent times, it would be somewhat difficult to collect, although he has property in New York. There's a monkey here, and I'm not sure what the monkey means in this context. And then the left hand is here with the opportunities. It could be this, with the gun here and the monkey here, I think that if Trump shows up with that, I can shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue, which he has said it numerous times and in numerous settings, and in a playful, funny way, like this is funny, or this is just a joke, or nobody can, that just is not going to go well for him. And what's this? These are little beans over here, little beans. I think this will be an inspiration beyond our country, like you planted seeds. Yeah, I think this is, I wish her all the best. It's not going to be easy because of who he is and how he comes across, but I really wish her all the best, and I think that she's courageous, and I would say based on this, I think she will have very good fortune in getting an opinion for the most part, maybe not everything. But there's a healing aspect to this and an inspiration to others. And in that, she